Being able to say no to temptation, doing the right thing when no one's around to see it, pushing yourself to perform when others would quit. It's called being mentally tough or having self-discipline. But self-discipline isn't always about self. Motivational speaker and author Scott Wimberly is here to tell us more. Scott, it's good to see you again, buddy.
Good to be here. Thank you.
So self-discipline isn't always about yourself.
That's right. I believe that if you're going to actually accomplish whatever it is you're trying to discipline yourself about, you got to have accountability. And accountability brings in, one, maybe two other people. So even when self-discipline is the goal, it's still about other people.
We have guests sometime on the show that talk about getting in shape or losing weight, going on diets, just improving your health, and they're very big on accountability, and they always say it's good to have somebody else that you more or less report to. Is that sort of the same idea?
Exactly, and that was one of the examples. Here 2 weeks ago, I had my physical for the year, and my used to be good friend doctor told me I had to lose 40 fat pounds.
Oh, wow.
And we're not speaking, but no, I'm supposed to, and to do that, there's no way I'll do that by myself. I had to bring in my wife and, different ones to hold me accountable to that. But that's just, in one area, the physical area. There's other areas, there may be addictions you have. It could be even more serious than just losing a little weight. It could be in any area, but if you're going to do it, one of my best friends, and he's one of my accountability partners as well, Pastor Keith Pugh here in town, he always tells me, he says, I will do what is inspected before I'll do what's expected. So if he knows somebody's looking over his shoulder and cares, he's more apt to do it. And you got to get somebody that is also accountable to someone else. Don't just get somebody out there that's, I'm accountable. You can be accountable to me, and they're not accountable to anybody.
Right.
Be sure who you get cares about you. Or be truthful, honest, open, but they have to do it in a caring way. Some people need a pat on the back. Some people need a kick in the backside. People react different.
So, in your opinion, is that part of developing discipline and mental toughness? Is allowing yourself to be in an environment where people understand and know what's happening with you and are there to encourage you? Because it seems like a lot of people are reluctant to do that. They're loners.
I think it's essential. Mental toughness. There's some things you're just not going to do on your own. Very, very few. I mean, there may be, less than 1% of the people are going to do it on their own. And I think it's only because they're in a situation where they're isolated from everybody else. But
there's no temptation.
Yeah, and that's really not the case today. I mean, we're not isolated anymore.
Right.
It's not like it was, years and years ago. But I believe that, you have to have those people that have been there, done that, and are willing to walk with you through that.
Why is it so difficult, especially for men, and I think you and I have touched on this in the past, to ask people for this sort of, I hate to call it help, but in a way it kind of is.
It's nothing wrong. Yeah, it's self-help. I think, number one is our pride and our ego, and that we can do it. I'm my own man. And compared to most, I'm probably one of the, it's hard for me to do that. I want to do it myself. You didn't get me into it, you're not going to get me out. That type attitude, which will get me nowhere. I understand that. And it's just hard for me sometimes. It's not because I'm not open and honest. I'll have, I try not to have secrets, things like that, but it's just tough sometimes to admit and then ask, someone to step in there with you. But I'm getting better.
Super. Scott, we're out of time, but it's good seeing you
Thank
again. You can find out more about Scott, his books, and following the roadmap to your destiny online at scottwimberly.com.